The man was bleeding badly. His breath came out in broken gasps, his shirt soaked dark red. The ambulance siren wailed in the distance, but everyone around knew he didn't have much time left. A stranger knelt beside him and said urgently, "Sir, we need to help you first." The dying man grabbed his wrist with the last of his strength and whispered words that stunned everyone listening. "Save my wife first, even if I don't make it." What that stranger did next would change the lives of everyone involved and expose a truth no one was prepared for. It was supposed to be a normal evening. The rain had just started falling, light at first, then heavier, turning the busy city road into a shining mirror of headlights and chaos. Daniel Carter was driving. His wife, Emily, sat beside him, one hand resting protectively on her stomach. She was 7 months pregnant. They had just left the hospital. Not bad news, good news. The doctor had smiled and said, "The baby's strong, very strong." Daniel had laughed, relief washing over him like a wave. But relief doesn't last forever. At the intersection, a truck ran the red light. There was no time to react. Metal screamed, glass exploded, and the world turned upside down. When Daniel opened his eyes, everything hurt. He couldn't feel his legs. His chest burned with every breath. The car was destroyed. Emily wasn't responding. Panic surged through him stronger than the pain. "Emily!" he tried to shout, but it came out as a whisper. People were already running toward them. Someone called emergency services. Daniel's vision blurred in and out. Then he saw him, a stranger, mid-30s, calm eyes, steady hands. The stranger spoke quickly, professionally. "I'm a paramedic. Ambulance is on the way." Daniel tried to move, but his body refused. "Sir," the paramedic said, checking him, "you're badly injured. We need to stabilize you first." Daniel shook his head weakly. His fingers found the stranger's sleeve. And with everything he had left, he whispered, "Save my wife first." The paramedic hesitated. "I need to." "Please," Daniel said. "My life doesn't matter, hers does." The paramedic looked at Emily. She was unconscious. Her pulse was faint. And then he noticed her stomach. Pregnant. This wasn't part of the protocol. But this wasn't a textbook situation either. Daniel's grip tightened. "Promise me," he whispered. "Promise you'll save her." The stranger met Daniel's eyes and nodded. "I promise." The ambulance arrived in minutes, but it felt like hours. Emily was loaded first. Daniel was fading fast. As the doors closed, Daniel caught one last glimpse of his wife. He smiled, and then everything went dark. At the hospital, chaos took over. Doctors rushed Emily into surgery. Complications, internal bleeding. The baby's heart rate was dropping. The stranger, the paramedic, stood outside the operating room. His hands were shaking, because there was something no one else knew. Emily wasn't just a stranger to him. She was his sister. Years ago, they had stopped speaking. Family arguments. Bride. Mistakes. He hadn't even known she was married or pregnant, and now he might lose her. The surgeon came out, face serious. "We can save the mother or the baby. Not both." The words hit like a hammer. The paramedic's chest tightened. "What would her husband want?" the doctor asked. The paramedic remembered Daniel's words. "Save my wife first." He swallowed hard. Save her. Hours later, Emily survived. But the baby didn't. Tears streamed down her face when she woke up. And then she asked the question no one wanted to answer. "Where's Daniel?" The room went silent. Daniel didn't survive. His injuries were too severe. Emily screamed. Not loud. Not dramatic. Just a quiet, broken sound. Like something inside her shattered forever. Days later, Emily was handed a letter. Daniel had written it months before, just in case. "If you're reading this, I'm gone. Please don't blame yourself. Loving you was the best thing I ever did. And if I had to choose again, I'd still say save you first." Emily collapsed in tears. The paramedic visited her. She didn't recognize him at first, until he said her name the way only family could. "Emily." "It's me." Her eyes widened. "Michael!" They cried. They hugged. Years of silence dissolved in seconds. Michael told her everything. How Daniel begged him. How he promised. Emily whispered, "He saved my life." Michael shook his head. "No," he said. "He saved all of us." Months passed. Grief softened into memory. Emily started a foundation in Daniel's name, helping families affected by accidents. Michael joined her. Together, 1 year later, Emily stood at Daniel's grave. She placed flowers down gently. "I'm still here," she whispered, "because of you." The wind moved through the trees, and for the first time since the accident, she smiled. Sometimes, love isn't about saving yourself. It's about choosing someone else, even when it costs everything.